In this video, we're going to discuss the basics of coordinate geometry. To understand the basics of coordinate geometry, you need to understand what to mean by the coordinates of the point. Coordinates of a point are represented like this: x, comma, y, where x is the distance from the origin in the x direction, or the right side, or the left side, and y is the distance from the origin in the y direction, which is upwards or downwards. Okay, let's take a few points and understand what we mean by these two lines. Okay, so let's take a point 3, 4. Let's take A as 3, 4. Over here, in the x position, I have positive 3, and in the y position, I have positive 4. Positive 3 means that I have to move 3 units to the right in the x direction. This is the x direction. 3 units to the right in the x direction, and 4 units upwards in the y direction to reach the point 3, 4. So this would be point A, which is 3, 4. Let's take another point, B, which is minus 2, 5. Okay. This means that I have to go in the x position, I have minus 2. This means I have to go 2 units to the left. In the y position, I have positive 5, which means I'll have to go upwards, 5 units upwards. Minus 2 means 2 units to the left and 5 units upwards. So I'll come over here. And this point would be point B, minus 2, 5. Let's take another point, which is minus 3, minus 2. Okay. Minus 3, minus 2 का मतलब है, this is my origin. From the origin, I have to go 3 units to the left and 2 units downwards. So I'll come over here at this point C, which is minus 3, minus 2. Let's take another point, which is 4, minus 6. Okay. इसका मतलब in the x position, I have positive 4, and the y position, I have negative 6. So I have to move from the origin, I have to move 4 units in the positive x direction, and then 6 units downwards because I have negative 6. Okay, so I have to move 4 units in the positive x direction from the origin, 4 units in the positive x direction, and then 6 units downwards, 3, 3, 6. So I'll come over here. This is my point D, which is 4, minus 6. Once we have understood what we mean by the coordinates of the point, you can understand the distance between 2 points as well. Distance को हम लोग length से भी represent करते हैं, ठीक है? So if I want to say that I have to find the distance between the points A, B, so I can write that AB equals to whatever the distance is. Okay. In order to calculate the distance, we make use of a formula under root x2 minus x1 whole squared plus y2 minus y1 whole squared. Now, what do you mean by x2, x1, y2, y1? अच्छा, हम लोगों ने भी पढ़ा कि हमारे पास in this position we have the x coordinate and in this position we have the y coordinate. Okay. And over here, similarly, this is the x coordinate and this is the y coordinate. So we can name this as x1 and this as y1. And this would be x2 and this would be y2. Okay. We can do the opposite as well. We can name this as x1, y1, and then this would become x2, y2. Okay. Now apply the formula to find out the distance. The formula says I have to take x2 minus x1 whole squared. So x2 is 2, x1 is 8, so 2 minus 8 whole squared. And then for plus sign, there's plus sign over here, y2 minus y1 whole squared. Now y2 is 6, y1 is 14. So this would become 6 minus 14 whole squared. Okay, so I'll get under root minus 6 squared is 36. And 6 minus 14 is minus 8. Minus 8 squared is 64, positive 64. Okay, so 36 plus 64 would give me 100. This becomes 100. 100 is 10. So the length of AB, or the distance between the points A and B, comes out as 10 units. Okay. Now I have a past fail question. It's saying R is the point minus 6, 0, and O is the point 0, 0. P is this point minus 3, 4. Which of the points R or P is closer to O? इसका मतलब ये है कि हमें वो पॉइंट बताना है R या P में से जो O से ज्यादा करीब है. O क्या है मेरा ओरिजिन, जो 0, 0. ओके, तो O से ज्यादा करीब मैं पॉइंट कैसे निकालूंगा? उसके लिए मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, मैं डिस्टेंस RO निकाल लूँ, ठीक है, और मैं डिस्टेंस PO निकाल लूँ. RO निकालने के लिए मैं करूंगा, मैं R के कोऑर्डिनेट्स यूज करूंगा, which is minus 6, 0, और O के कोऑर्डिनेट्स करूंगा यूज 0, 0. कैलकुलेट डिस्टेंस PO, मैं P के कोऑर्डिनेट्स यूज करूंगा minus 3, 4, और O के कोऑर्डिनेट्स यूज करूंगा 0, 0. Again, I'll use the formula for the distance, which is under root x2 minus x1 whole squared plus y2 minus y1 whole squared. Okay. So if you apply that formula over here, तो हम लोग सबसे पहले इसमें x1 y1 चूज करना पड़ेगा. This becomes x1 y1 and this becomes x2 y2. Okay. तो मेरे पास क्या हो जाएगा x2 minus x1 whole squared, तो 0 minus 6 whole squared, 0 minus 6 whole squared plus 0 minus 0 is just 0. So 0 minus 0 whole squared. Okay. So minus into minus becomes positive. So I'll get 0 plus 6. So this will become 6 squared. Okay. And this is only 0, so don't need to write it again over here. So I'll get 6 squared, under root 6 squared is 6 only. Okay. So the distance of R from O is 6 units. Okay. Now to find out the distance PO, again we'll do the same thing. We'll name this as x1, y1, and this will become x2, y2. So x2 minus x1 whole square करना है, तो 0 minus 3 whole squared plus y2 minus y1, 0 minus 4 whole squared. So I'm going to get minus 3, the minus into minus 3 is plus 3, so 0 plus 3 squared would become 9. 0 plus 3 is just 3 and 3 squared would become 9. Okay. And 4 squared, this is minus 4. 0 minus 4 is minus 4. Minus 4 squared becomes positive 16. Okay. So I'll get 9 plus 16, which is under root 25. And the distance of PO comes out as 5 units. Okay. So distance from R till O is 6 and the distance from P till O is 5. Okay. So which one is closer? R or O? हम लोग R और P जो ज्यादा क्लोज है O के, हमें नजर आ रहा है कि हमारा जो क्योंकि डिस्टेंस ऑफ PO कम आया है, इसका मतलब है कि P ज्यादा करीब है O से. So we'll write that point P is closer. तो हम लोग just write P over here because you have to mention the letters either P or R. ठीक है. So just write P since P is closer to O as compared to R. I have another question. It's saying Q is the point minus 1 comma 2, R is the point 3 comma 10, and S is the point minus 4 comma 2. Calculate the length of QR. ठीक है. लेंथ ऑफ क्यू आर मतलब हम लोगों को डिस्टेंस निकालना है. डिस्टेंस कैसे निकालेंगे? वही फॉर्मूला लगाएंगे, अंडर रूट x2 माइनस x1 होल स्क्वायर एंड y2 माइनस y1 होल स्क्वायर. अब इसमें पहले x1 y1 चूज कर लेते हैं. ठीक है. लेट्स टेक दिस एज x1 y1 एंड दिस एज x2 y2. सो आई विल गेट द डिस्टेंस ऑफ QR. आई राइट QR इक्वल्स टू अंडर रूट x2 minus x1 whole squared, so 3 minus 1 whole squared plus y2 minus y1 is 10 minus 2 whole squared. So 10 minus 2 whole squared. Okay. Whenever you get a negative sign, you have to make an extra pair of brackets because negative से multiply होके positive बनता है. So 3 plus 1 becomes 4 and 4 squared is 16 and 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 squared is 64. So I'll get 64 plus 16 as 80. Okay. And under root 80 comes out as 4 under root 5 or 8.94. 8.94 units. So I'll write my answer over here as 8.594 units. Okay, now we're going to move on with the midpoint. Midpoint के नाम से आपको क्या समझ में आ रहा है कि मेरे पास एक लाइन अगर है और उसके कोऑर्डिनेट्स अगर A और पॉइंट्स A और B हैं, ठीक है, आप द लाइन A B, ठीक है. तो मिड पॉइंट का मतलब क्या है कि जो इन दोनों के बिल्कुल बीच में होगा, A और B के बिल्कुल बीच में होगा, वो मेरा मिड पॉइंट होगा. ठीक है. तो हम लोग यही कर रहे होते हैं. हम लोग जब भी मिड पॉइंट निकालना होता है तो होता है दो पॉइंट्स के बीच वाला जो पॉइंट है वो मेरा मिड पॉइंट कहलाता है. ठीक है. तो we make use of the formula to find out the midpoint, which is x1 plus x2 upon 2 and y1 plus y2 upon 2. Over it saying find the midpoint of these points. I have point x, which is minus 2 comma 1, and I have point y, which is 6 comma minus 2. Okay, so I'll apply this formula for the midpoint, which is x1 plus x2 upon 2 and y1 plus y2 upon 2. Again, you can name this as x1 y1 and this will become x2 y2. Okay, so मेरे पास क्या हो जाएगा midpoint? Midpoint will become x1, which is minus 2, plus x2, which is 6 upon 2, and y1, which is 1, y2, which is minus 2. So 1 minus 2 upon 2. Okay, तो मेरे पास इनको ऐड करके minus 2 plus 6 क्या होता है 4. So I'll get 4 upon 2. 1 minus 2 क्या होता है minus 1 upon 2. 4 upon 2 का मैं further simplify कर सकता हूँ. 4 upon 2 is just 2. So I'll write 2 comma minus 1 upon 2. So the coordinates of the midpoint of the point x and y of the line x and y is this 2 comma minus 1 upon 2. Now another partial question is saying a line segment AB joins A 0.3, 2 and B which is -1, 10. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of AB. यानी जो लाइन है AB उसका midpoint निकालना है, ठीक है, उसके coordinates उसके midpoint के coordinates निकालने हैं. तो again we will make use of the formula which is x1 plus x2 upon 2 and y1 plus y2 upon 2. ठीक है, तो मेरे पास midpoint क्या हो जाएगा? Midpoint हो जाएगा x1 which is 3, x2 which is -1, so 3 - 1 upon 2, y1 which is 2, y2 which is 10. So I'll get 2 plus 10 upon 2. ठीक है, यहाँ पे आपको कंफ्यूजन हो रही होगी मैंने नेगेटिव साइन क्यों लिखा है. नेगेटिव साइन लिखा है पॉजिटिव इंटू नेगेटिव बिकम्स नेगेटिव. ठीक है, आपको अगर लिखना है तो आप इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं. सॉरी, एक मिनट, आप इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं अगर आपको लिखना है तो. कि आपके पास हो जाएगा माइनस इंटू -1 प्लस, सॉरी, तो x1 प्लस x2 विच इज -1, तो 3 -1 क्या हो जाएगा मेरे पास, प्लस माइनस इज माइनस, तो 3 - 1 बिकम्स 2, तो 2/2 हो जाएगा. एंड 2 + 10 इज 12, 12/2 हो जाएगा. तो मेरे पास आ जाएगा 1, 6. ठीक है, तो the coordinates of the midpoint are 1, 6. ओके, now we're going to discuss the intercepts. Intercepts क्या होते हैं? ओके, इंटरसेप्ट्स वो पॉइंट्स होते हैं जहां पे मेरी लाइन y एक्सिस को और x एक्सिस को कट करती है. ठीक है, आई हैव दिस लाइन ओवर हियर. ठीक है, दिस लाइन कट्स द y एक्सिस ओवर हियर एंड दिस लाइन कट्स द x एक्सिस ओवर हियर. जहां पे लाइन y एक्सिस को कट करेगी दैट पॉइंट इज नोन एज द y इंटरसेप्ट. ओके, एंड वेयर द लाइन कट्स द x एक्सिस दैट पॉइंट इज नोन एज द x इंटरसेप्ट. सिर्फ y इंटरसेप्ट और x इंटरसेप्ट में एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज क्या होती है, मेरे पास y इंटरसेप्ट का x कोऑर्डिनेट हमेशा 0 होता है. और ऐसा क्यों होता है? क्योंकि देखो मेरे पास y एक्सिस पे मेरे पास x की वैल्यू तो 0 होगी ना, क्योंकि ना मैं लेफ्ट पे जा रहा हूँ ना मैं राइट पे जा रहा हूँ. सो ऑन द y एक्सिस माय वैल्यू ऑफ x इज 0. सो एनी पॉइंट ऑन द y एक्सिस would have the x coordinate as 0 and the y coordinate is unknown. ठीक है, y coordinate को हम लोग unknown है तो उसको y ही ले लेंगे. अब बात करते हैं x axis पे. Since we are not going up or down, so any coordinate on the x axis, any point on the x axis will have the y coordinate as 0. ठीक है, तो इसका y coordinate 0 होगा, इसका x coordinate को हम लोग x ही रखेंगे. ठीक है, दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट. इसको बहुत ज्यादा टेस्ट किया जाता है मैथ्स में भी एंड मैथ्स में भी, तो प्लीज इसको दिमाग में रखिएगा. ठीक है, तो दिस बिकम्स माय y इंटरसेप्ट एंड दिस बिकम्स माय x इंटरसेप्ट. Okay, so yep, that was all that was discussed over here as well. ठीक है, the point where the line cuts the y-axis, the point where the line cuts the x-axis, coordinates of x and y-intercept. In the next video, we're going to discuss the gradient of a straight line, and in the upcoming videos after that, we're going to discuss the equation of a line, equation of parallel and perpendicular lines, equation of a perpendicular bisector, and we're going to solve questions, partial questions related to coordinate geometry to complete off the topics. Okay, thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can mention those in the comments below. Dafis.